But anyway, not really necessary. So it looks like we're going to see siege mode and siege tanks. Pretty good. He must know. Let's again check, see what he knows. Nope, he still doesn't know what tech's going on at all. He hasn't seen this base in a long time. So he doesn't know exactly what's going on at all. And like this, putting down the hatchery and then breaking through the rocks. Anyway, so point being, Jinro a little bit in the dark here. Doesn't know exactly what's going on. He can kind of anticipate those banelings. And I mean, getting the siege tanks is a good move either way, because whatever he can throw at him, he can either, let's see what he can throw. He can throw Mutalisks, which is what he's throwing. 6 Mutalisks in production now that the Spire's up. And then the Marines will be able to deal with that once they have stim. Or he could throw, you know, roaches, banelings, that kind of thing, and the siege tanks are going to be good against those. So it's a very safe move to get those siege tanks, especially since he knew there were Zerglings out already. Very, very smart choice there. Look at this. Only the 6 Mutalisks coming out now. Is he making more? Just one more. Mutalisks are hard to make. They're very gas heavy. I mean, even with 2 bases, it's hard to get enough gas intake to really make a lot of Mutalisks. And they tend to be more effective when you have a ton of them as well, especially if there's some turrets around. So let's see what he can get done with these Mutalisks. I'm really curious to see what he can get done, besides just, you know, picking off the Marine at the watchtower there. F91 now in control of both watchtowers. Very nice. If a drop or something goes around the very edges of the map, he still will be able to catch it. But other than that, F91 has very, very, very good map control right now. He's got Mutalisks all over the place. Oh, running in! He's trying to and pick off a medevac. Oh, gets out. Woo, 11 hit points left on that medevac. Just a couple shots would have done nicely. He's repairing that medevac now. To get it back up to full health. Almost picks off the medevac, but doesn't take very many hits himself. So pretty much even trade there. I mean, well, you know, he had to repair a little bit. Look at the production tabs. Jesus, all kinds of stuff going on. Armories, depots, tanks, marines, upgrades, banelings, lots and lots. Oh my god, there's a lot of banelings right there. Oh my goodness, that is tons of banelings and some Zerglings as well. To back them up. So I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with those banelings. In the meantime, Jinro is going to try and break apart these rocks so he can start taking his 3rd base. He needs to worry about these Mutalisks though. There's still just those 7 Mutalisks, but they are enough to keep him back and keep him in his base basically. So I kind of like that move, getting Mutalisks. Kind of a brood war tactic there. Wow. These turrets, Jesus, those turrets do a lot of damage, don't they? Anyway, a brood war tactic, using those Mutalisks to kind of force the Terran back, but he is not going to stand back. He is just going to depend on his turrets for the Mutalisks and move out in the open. He needs the micros butt off right now. Oh, he's running back. He needs to split up immediately. The baneling's going to work on the Zergling. I'm sorry, on the Marines, but the siege tanks killing so many of them as they come in that the last few Marines are able to hold out after all. Look at this. F91 taking the high yield next to Jinro's base. If he sees that, it's toast, but it's going to be hard to spot. It's not a usual thing to take. Here comes some Zerglings coming up to Mutalisks. Now he's got a lot of Mutalisks. The Marines are going to be able to hold that off just barely, though. If he had a few less Marines, that would be really, really bad, because even with those medevacs, he's starting to get a decent squad of Mutalisks. And here he comes in with Zerglings and Mutalisks. He's going out and into the field. He's got to get this done now, though. Otherwise, these siege tanks are going to start taking care of his natural. Zerglings out in the field. He's running in after these. No banelings to speak of, though. The Zerglings getting blown apart by the siege tanks before they can get in close, and the Mutalisks are not able to get in close enough to do the damage they need to. He's trying to pick off these those siege tanks. He gets one, the other one just too closely surrounded, and a few SCVs in the mix as well are going to help out with things there. But he's got a lot of income right now. I'm really, oh my gosh, look at this. 18 banelings morphing in right now. Oh my goodness. Whoa, and Jinro is just rallying all of his racks, all of his units. He's rallying to this front. He's trying to get it done with this attack, with this push. Is he going to be able to hold this off, though? He's comsat, so he sees the banelings incoming, but only a single siege tank is not enough to kill them all off. Oh my god, banelings killing everything. Those siege Marines just running away, just running for dear life, able to turn around and kill off those banelings with the help of the big heavy mech units. But F91 has held for the moment. He needs to get some more banelings in there, just in case another group of Marines coming down, but comes down. But this Thor saving the day is a nice big mech unit, cold off that kind of attack. I mean, it's like a building. It's got as many hit points as a supply depot. He's like a walking supply depot in a way. That would be an interesting mechanic if some units gave you supply. Imagine that, says the overlords. Anyway, a very large army now. This is what I was worried about for Jinro, is Sen, I'm sorry, not Sen. I don't know why I said Sen. Sen is also on DuskBinTeam, but F91, who's purportedly this player, has just a huge economy. He had major saturation at 3 bases. Nothing at this 4th yet, which is a little bit of a mistake. But so he was able to barely hold that off, and now that he's had a moment to breathe, he has gotten a huge army. And oh my God, look at the banelings! Ah, so many banelings, so many banelings. He's gonna have looks like 3 dozen banelings when this is all over with. Absolutely ridiculous. And this is what I wanted to see, the Infestor as well. Infestor coming into the mix in the meantime. In addition, finally has some drones mining at that high yield. Might as well transform over. They're going to do more good at the high yield. Tons of banelings, some zerglings as well. I'm really curious to see what happens here. Jinro has gotten his 3rd base up here now. He's gotten a planetary fortress up there, so it's going to be decently defended against this army. It's going to be hard for this army to attack that base without using a lot of banelings. But it looks like Jinro doesn't want to wait for his expansion to be attacked. He's going to try and siege up. F91 sees it and attacks in. Nice! Fungal growth on those Marines allows them to knock it away. Oh no! Doesn't micro those Marines away. It doesn't split them up enough, and they die to those banelings. Oh, if these land! Oh no! Oh, no banelings land on that group. He's low on medevacs, as in 0. So he's in a little bit of bad shape with all these hurt Marines, but just is barely able to hold off that attack, and actually decides to leave the game. So never mind. I thought he was going to try and come back from that, but apparently decides that and you know why? Because he just comms out at this base, and he comes out of that base, saw it fully saturated, knew that he did not have the units to go and kill that base off, and figured, look, he's got 3 bases, 4 bases with the high yield. There's not a lot I can do to get back in this economically. So it leaves the game. I thought he would have put up a little bit more of a fight, since he still had minerals mining at 2 bases, still even a few at his main, but he had been pretty much trounced. That was basically his big attack, was when he went in here and tried to take out the natural expansion. And anyway, so it didn't happen. Sorry, by the way, I actually feel okay right now. I was going to say sorry if I sound hoarse or if I didn't have a lot of energy. I've been sick for the last day or 2, so sorry about that. But anyway, it's funny. Part of the reason why I wanted to mention this game, do this game in the first place, was because I just wanted to mention that Jinro is actually, by the way, in the GSL3. He qualified for GSL3. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. There's actually 6 non-Koreans in the GSL3. So how cool is that? How cool is that? There's Jinro, HeyPro, 2 Liquid team members. Idra, of course, is in there. Sen qualified, as did Moon. So Sen Taiwanese, Moon Chinese, and oh my God, why am I not remembering the last one? Who is it? 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 Oh, I can't remember. Wait. Okay, Liquid. Okay, Jinro, HeyPro, Sen, Rhett. Of course, Rhett. How could I forget Rhett? Rhett qualified as well. So looking forward to him participating in GSL 3 as well. I'm if I can scrap together a few bucks, I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy a season pass for this season, because that is going to be pretty cool to see this season. GSL Boxer also in there, both boxers, all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. Thanks for watching.